Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Thunder Today YouTube channel. I am your host, Dylan Hibbard, and in today's video, we are going to be continuing our series of just grading overall season grades of players. Going to continue to go up along the bench and get into our starters. Our two players today, Aaron Wiggins and Kenrich Williams, going to talk about them. We'll talk about now, we'll give our congratulations to the Knicks, just kind of quickly go over what happened there in the finals, and then we'll talk about the way to early 2027 power rankings, title odds, all of that to look forward to as we get into pretty much the offseason now. The NBA season is over officially, so now it is time to get ready for the 2027 season. But before we get into it, I want to remind you guys to hit that like and subscribe button down below. It helps me and the channel out so much. So if you guys are enjoying these videos and want to stay in tune throughout the entire offseason as we are getting ready to see draft coming up, we're going to see what the Thunder have planned for us in this offseason as they look to get back to the finals. So it's going to be a lot of fun things. So if you are enjoying these videos, hit that subscribe button. But let's dive into it and talk about and continue our series of season grades for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Going to do Wiggins and Kenrich Williams today, and going to start off with Aaron Wiggins. And I mean, I think a lot of you know where this is going, and it's just so sad to see a guy where you go back to I guess it would be last year, but 2025, and you look at it, Aaron Wiggins just was getting consistent playing time in the playoffs, the finals, had a really big game in the finals, and looked like he was going to be a cornerstone, one of the cornerstone bench guys that the Thunder could use as just one of their guys that they can use throughout these next 2 years. And you were expecting him to do that. I mean, you can go back, and in the preseason, I said I think Aaron Wiggins could be in Sixth Man of the Year kind of conversations. He can be an important part of this team. And then obviously you have AJ Mitchell just completely come out of nowhere, make his step, become the sixth man. And more guys just continue to step up. When Jada was down, you had AJ Mitchell step up, and then you continue to get shooters around them. And then as you got to the deadline, you make that trade to go get Jared McCain, and Jared McCain just continued to play better than him. So he just continually got pushed down the barrel and down the lineup of not being able to get consistent playing time. And you just look at it, and it's so sad to see because he's such a beloved guy and one of the best, just one of the most loved Thunder players of all time. His championship speech, everything that goes into it. And it's just sad that the man who saved basketball just did not have a very good year at all. And I think you pretty much have to give him a D- rating, or maybe a D- somewhere in there. But it was just not what you wanted to see out of Aaron Wiggins. Did not make the impact like you were hoping he would, especially with Jada about. You thought that if Jada was going to miss 3/4 of the season, Aaron Wiggins would step up in his role as that forward. It just never happened. I fully expect the Thunder. I think the number one guy that the Thunder could trade this offseason is Aaron Wiggins. I think out of everybody, you just look at it, obviously you're probably not going to bring back Dort. You're going to try to rework Isaiah Hartenstein's extension. You might look at extending Cason Wallace. But then you look at the bench and you look at who could get moved. You have Kenrich Williams' team option. You're probably going to try to kind of fix that and make it a less thing. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then you have so many other guys that are contributing for around the same amount of money Aaron Wiggins is making. He's making around 10. You have Isaiah Joe, who was making more of a contribution than you have Caruso. You have all of those guys are right around that range that are just producing more than him. And luckily, that contract that he has for the next 3 years, $30 million, whatever it might be, is a very good and tradable contract. And we would know that Aaron Wiggins can go out there and start on most teams and be a really good player for most teams. It's just was not it for the Thunder. More guys stepped up, and he just continued to fall down that lineup. And unfortunate year for Aaron Wiggins overall, but definitely deserves that D rating. But we'll now talk about Kenrich Williams. And Kenrich Williams, like we just said, has another. They have an interesting little decision with Kenrich Williams. He has a team option at $7 million. We're hoping that they can kind of talk him down to maybe a $3 or $4 million contract. If you can get that done, you fully want to bring him back on a really team-friendly deal. If he wants it above $5 million. I'm not sure if the Thunder would really consider bringing him back. I'm sure they're going to do everything they can, but if he asks for something absolutely crazy, obviously the Thunder are not going to let him back. But I do think Kenrich wants to stay around. He'll take a little bit of a pay cut knowing that J-Dub, Chet, all those guys those contracts are kicking in and all of that. But just talking about Kenrich Williams in the season overall, I mean, the big moment that stands out for me was against the Spurs. You remember it. I don't remember which game exactly it was against the Spurs, but it was the one where the Thunder only had 8 players. You were dealing with guys like Shea, J-Dub, all these guys injured, plus guys were coming back from injury like a Chet Hartenstein who were having to rest because they hadn't played in so long. So it was some injury management. You had some guys hurt. The Thunder only rolled out 8 guys that night. They only had 3 guys on the bench, and Kenrich Williams was one of the guys that started for the Thunder, and somehow late in that game, it was in San Antonio, the Spurs at this point, they were fully healthy, and the Thunder had it at like a 5-point game with 2 minutes left in the fourth. The Spurs had their full-on starters, and you had OKC going with pretty much a full bench unit at this point. Kenrich Williams goes off. The Thunder obviously lose that game, but I mean, just an amazing thing from Kenrich. That game really stands out. He's always one of those guys where you don't think about him much, but then when he goes out there, it just feels like he's always doing the right thing, whether it's getting a board, hitting the open shot. He defends really well. He can defend those bigger type bodies. He's a forward. That's something that the Thunder kind of lack, and I think that's why the Thunder will go get Yaxel in this draft to play that forward kind of position, because I think the Thunder really do lack those forwards that they need. I think they're very guard and center heavy. You need to get more of those forwards overall. But I really like Kenrich Williams' year. I think it was overall pretty good. Had some big moments and didn't obviously do much in the postseason, but overall just a pretty good year from Kenrich Williams. Couldn't ask for too much more. We'll see if we're going to be able to bring him back. But I think you just give him a straight-up C+, about as average as it could be. Definitely had some highs, but definitely wasn't as effective for a guy like Kenrich Williams where you would hope for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Playoffs are here, and the most electric time in basketball. On Call Sheet, you can trade against your peers in a live market, meaning there is no house, meaning as the probabilities changes, you can buy in or out of your position at any time. On Call Sheet, download for a limited time only and use the promo code FANARCHBASKETBALL to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI. Call Sheet. Trade on anything. And now we will quickly, we'll wrap this video up, but we want to give our congratulations to the New York Knicks. Us Thunder fans, we were Knicks fans ever since we lost Game 7, and the Knicks absolutely dominated the Spurs. And Spurs were up double digits every single game of the finals, and the Knicks came back and won 4 of those 5. They gentlemen sweep the Spurs, and I'm sure all of you guys seen the videos in New York just going absolutely crazy, but really happy for the Knicks. Obviously, another blue and orange team that can take that dub in the NBA Finals. As long as it wasn't the Spurs, I think we were all happy with the way it was, and now the Knicks get that title. And now you go into next year. Knicks are the defending champs. Now it's time for the Thunder to try to go out there and try to go back to the finals and try to win 2 out of the final 3. Maybe we'll run into the Knicks and see if the Knicks can go back-to-back or if we can take 2 out of 3. It would be a very fun finals. I think it would have been a very good series if we were able to make it this year. In my On the Thunder Today TikTok, I posted that I predicted before the playoffs start, I predicted Thunder Knicks, and we almost got it, but not quite yet. We'll have to see if that is a thing. We have to wait for another year. But congratulations to the New York Knicks winning the 2026 NBA title. And now we'll shift our way into talking about the power rankings for 2027. Obviously, those got released about 2 hours after the Knicks won, and then you get all your way too early stuff, your title odds and all that. On the power rankings, ESPN did have the Oklahoma City Thunder number 1, the Spurs 2, and the New York Knicks 3. That's how they had it. Knicks 3, Spurs 2, Thunder 1. And then on the title odds, they had the Knicks at 3 once again at plus 450, the Thunder at 2 at plus 260, and the Spurs at 1 at plus 250. So obviously right now, because no trades have been made, no free agents, Giannis hasn't gone anywhere, the top 3 teams going into next year are obviously Thunder, Spurs, Knicks. And then once we get into more off-season stuff, I'm sure they're going to continue to do power rankings. Would think the Thunder are probably going to be staying on top of that the entire time. I might be, if the Spurs make a move and the media just absolutely loves it, they might give it to them. But really think the Thunder, at the end of the day, if they stay healthy, are still the best team in the NBA. I fully believe that. We would have beaten the Knicks if we were healthy, but you can't play that game. It's the same thing with the Pacers fans. In Game 7 of the finals last year, injuries are a part of the game, and you have to move on, and we will do that. So, I mean, looking at it right now, the top 3 teams overall on everything going into next year are the Thunder, Spurs, and Knicks. There's been some rumors about the Celtics offering a package to Giannis. If Giannis goes to the Celtics and teams up with Jason Tatum, then that could make it very interesting. The East, Tyrese is coming back to the Pacers. So the East will definitely be a very competitive conference next year, a lot more than it was this year. So the Knicks will definitely have to figure some things out as well. And then fully believe we're about to have another Thunder Spurs Western Conference Finals. Maybe not conference finals, but somewhere in the playoffs. Probably going to end up the 1 and 2 seed overall again. But we will have to wait a few months now to get back into the season. Now it's just a bunch of talking and off-season stuff. We'll get into some draft talk, free agency as we get along into that, and and so much more. You guys will have to let me know down below what you guys might want to do. We can do some rankings, all-time Thunder, anything you guys want to do on some rankings and all of that. We can try that as well. You'll have to let me know that down below. But that'll be it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.